Hey guys, Logan from Owl. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install our brand new Grenadier Highline rear bumper. This bumper allows you, it gives you more rear clearance, allows you to add lights into the bumper, and overall it's just a lot more rigid of a bumper. So when you're bouncing off rocks, it doesn't bash its way in. So you can see right here behind me, we have the factory OEM Grenadier rear bumper. And then right over there is going to be the new Owl Highline bumper. So that's what I'm going to be showing you how to install today. With that bumper, you can also add on our exhaust as well as our rear bumper skid. Now, those are gonna be separate install videos, but we're gonna be doing them as we do the bumper today, as it's just easier to do it all as one. So our first step for the install, we're gonna be taking off the old bumper and the old skid plate. Now, when you get the skid plate all loosened up before you take it off, it might be helpful to have someone help grab it and take it off, just so it's not too much on your plate. You're gonna need a T50 as well as a T45. So there's 12 bolts in total. It's mirrored on both sides. So you're gonna have 6 down both sides. You have the 2 outer, 1 here, 1 right here. And then back up underneath, there's 2 more. So there's gonna be 1 that's going upwards and 1 that's going towards the back. All right, now that we have the skid plate off, we're gonna go ahead and start getting the bumper pulled off. First thing we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be taking off these 2 little caps right here with the reflectors in them, and then we're gonna be taking off our end wings. The wings are pretty easy to take off, as well as these caps. These caps are just 2 bolts underneath, and you're gonna go and just pull them out. They have a clip in there. And then for the wings, there's gonna be 2 bolts on the underside and 2 bolts on the inside. As well, we're gonna be taking the mud flap off, which I believe is just 6 bolts on in the fender well that you're gonna be taking out. When you're taking it all out, you're gonna make sure you unplug your sensors as well as your side marker lights. Behind that end cap with the reflector in it, there's gonna be 6 bolts. We're gonna go ahead and take those out. And after we get those out, we'll be working on the bolts that hold the wing on. After we get the 6 bolts out here that connect the wings to the center section, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our mud flap off of the rear and the fender liner. That's gonna be 5 Torx bolts. And then we're gonna go ahead and take our wing off. So there's gonna be 2 bolts underneath. They're both gonna be 13 millimeter. And there's gonna be 2 bolts dug back in there that are gonna be 13 mil. When we get our mud flap off, you're gonna see in here on this reflector, there's actually a light that's plugged into it. So on that, there's gonna be a connector with a little red tab. I found it easiest to get in there with a pair of needle nose pliers. You can kind of just pull the red tab out and it'll bring the connector out of the light. The only other one that we have to worry about on the wing is for our parking sensor right here. Sometimes you're able to reach in there and unclip the parking sensor from the harness. Other times, you might have to pry the tabs open for the parking sensor and actually pull it out of the housing, which we're gonna have to do eventually anyways. So whatever way works better for you to get everything disconnected to get the wing off, works. Now that we have both wings off completely, we're gonna go ahead and take off the middle center section of the bumper. Now that's gonna be 6 bolts in total. So you're gonna have 2 nuts on each side that are gonna be a 13 mil. So right here, and then right over on the other side, they're gonna be studs with nuts. And then right in the middle on our license plate bracket, there'll be 2 T25s that are gonna be taken off from these outer holes. And then we'll be able to pull the center section off. Now, when we go to pull this off, we wanna make sure that we're careful once again with these sensors, and we're gonna have to unplug them as we're pulling the bumper off. Now that we have our center section and our wings off, the bumper's fully off, one more step that we have to do before we can start getting the new bumper on. So our wires that hold on our parking sensors, just the outer 2 ones that go to the wings, we're gonna go ahead and cut the zip tie and pop this tab out. Just give us a little bit of extra slack in the wire so we can run it all the way into the new bumper. Now that we have the bumper all off, we have our wires loose for our outside sensors. If you left the sensors in the bumper, in the factory bumper and the factory wings, we're gonna go ahead and take them out of our sensor housings now. Now that we have the bumper completely off and we have our wires loose for our outside 2 sensors, we're gonna go ahead and take our sensors out of the bumper if we left them in there. If you already have them out, perfect. We're just gonna be taking our sensors housings out of the old bumper so we can put them into the new bumper. Now we wanna make sure that we remember which sensor is which so we don't put them back in the incorrect location and possibly have any issues down the road with our parking sensors. All right, now that we have the sensor housing out, I can show you how to get the sensor out and how to get the housing out of the bumper. So when you're going to pull the sensor out of the housing, you can spread these back 2 tabs apart and you can push the sensor out, get the sensor out of the housing. Now, when you're going to take the housing out of the bumper, you can see the small 2 little tabs. You're gonna squeeze those in and you're gonna push the housing out of the bumper. Now, we are gonna have to make a slight modification to make these sit flushly in our new bumper and make sure our parking sensors don't go off, but I'll show you that when we get there. One more step before we start unboxing the new bumper. We're gonna go ahead and take our reflectors off the side that had the lights in them. We're gonna pop those off. So you can either try to get under there with a small little screwdriver or even a razor blade. It's just some double-sided sticky tape. So we're just gonna get them off. We'll clean off all that old 3M and we'll put some new on there and get it pushed into our new bumper. Now that we have our brand new Highline bumper unboxed, we're gonna go ahead and start getting it set up to get it onto the Grenadier. So we're gonna put our lights in. If you purchase the additional flush mount S2 lights, as well as we're gonna put in our parking sensor housings and our side markers. I'll show you in just a second the modification that we're gonna make to the parking sensor housings to be able to make sure that they sit flushly and make sure that they aren't putting any pressure on our parking sensor, giving us any issues further down the line. Now, when we have our parking sensors housings out of the old bumper and we're getting ready to put them in the brand new Highline bumper, obviously the Highline bumper is a little bit thicker material, gives us that extra rigidity, making sure nothing happens to it. Now, this little clip right here, we have to trim it down so that this housing can fully clip into place and these pins aren't putting any pressure on there. So I like to take just some flush cuts and snip, and then I'll flush it out. I'll show you what it looks like after. So let me get it all trimmed down, and I'll show you what it looks like. So right here, you can see the before and after of our sensor housing. We're gonna go ahead and trim all 4 of the housings down on both sides. So in total, we're gonna do 8 different trims to make sure that it fully sits in there flushly. And then once you clip it into the bumper and you push it in, they are directional, so be careful when you're pushing them in to make sure that your slots are lining up. But you just wanna make sure that on the inside of the sensor housing, you can see that the clip is sitting flush and it's making a full round circle and it's not being pushed in at all. Now that we have all of our sensor housings all trimmed down, I went ahead and got 3M put on our reflectors. We're gonna go ahead and get everything all slapped in. When I go ahead and put these reflectors or these side markers in, I like to make sure that the plug is facing towards the front of the vehicle. Just makes it easier to plug in later. And then with our sensor housing, you'll notice that it has 2 lines on the side of it. You're gonna wanna make sure you line those up with the holes in the bumper. So they're gonna face different directions depending on which position they are, but it'll all line right in and clip in with no effort. So now that we have our parking sensors in place, we have our housings all in, and we have our side marker lights on, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna test fit our brackets here. Now, just due to the precise amount that we have with this bumper, sometimes due to the powder coating tolerances, it might be a little bit snug, so you might have to give it just a little bit of a tap with a hammer to open up just enough so that it's not too snug that you're taking off the powder coat as you're going in. But I'll show you how we can test it and make sure that it's the right size before we bolt these up and we're struggling to get the bumper on. All right, so you can see here that it's a little bit tight of a tolerance and that it doesn't want to completely slide on freely. So what you can do is you can come to this bottom edge and this upper edge and just give it a few light taps just to widen it a little bit if you're running into that issue at all.
And then what stuff did you point out to like identify? Okay, let me...
Now that we made sure that our brackets fit and clear into the bumper all well, we're gonna get the brackets bolted up to the Grenadier. So there are different side-specific brackets. So you can see here, they have this notch in here. You're going to make sure that they sit in here like this, and it's going to, the bolts are gonna come outwards, or the threads, sorry, are gonna come outwards. And you're gonna wanna run this sensor wire through this little gap here. And you're just gonna get it all lined up with these holes. And I'm gonna get it all bolted down, or at least loosely bolted down for now, loose enough that we can still slide it once we have the bumper on there, make sure the bumper's all centered. Now, you might notice as I'm installing this, my hardware looks a little bit different than yours. We're currently going through a hardware change, so don't be alarmed if your hardware is different than mine. Now that we're almost ready to put on the bumper, a few more things. We're gonna take these brackets off right here. Just 2 16mm bolts, the bracket will pop right off. I'm also gonna take the flare off as well. Gives us just a little bit extra clearance, a little bit less possibility of damaging something when we're going to put the bumper on. So it's just a few T45s and then it'll pull right off. It's just clips, so it might feel really tight when you're taking it off, but it will just pop right off. Now, one more thing before I put the bumper on, I like to do this just to be safe. I'm gonna take a blue roll of tape and just put it probably a few inches up, down, up the side. That way we don't scratch the paint, or we don't even have the possibility of scratching the paint when we're going to put the bumper on. Now that we have our brackets on, we have our fender flares off, everything's ready for the bumper to be put on. Now, when we're putting the bumper on, obviously you're gonna grab a friend to help you get it put up there. We're gonna go ahead and get it slid over the brackets, but before we get it slid over, we're gonna make sure we get all of our sensors connected and the side markers. The side markers normally you can reach afterwards, but it's obviously gonna be easier to put them on before you get the bumper fully on. And once we have it on, we're gonna get it all centered out, get it tightened down, and then we'll have a new bumper on there. So we can see we have the bumper resting up there. I have 2 bolts in the top on each side, so 4 bolts in total, and same with the bottom. Now, I just have them started in there for hand by now, or by hand for now, just to make sure the bumper can't come back off. But next thing we're gonna wanna do, we're gonna get the bumper all centered on the Grenadier. I like to just measure these gaps on each side where it hits the rear quarter panel, and then we'll go ahead and get it all tightened down. So we'll get an impact or a ratchet on the backside, and then it's a little bit tight, but you should be able to get a wrench around to the front side of the bolt, and we'll get it all tightened down, and then we'll go through. We'll get these all centered and get the bumper in and outward centered, and we'll get those all tightened down, and we'll get everything put all back together. All right, I went ahead and I got the bumper all centered, tightened down with those 4 bolts on each side, so the 8 bolts in total. Those are all snug and nice and tight now. So our next step that we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and put the fender flares back on, and that'll help us make sure we can get the height set to the bumper right. The way that we're gonna adjust the height is actually with these bolts here that hold the bumper onto the brackets. We're able to pivot it on the brackets, and then we'll get it all tightened down once we have everything all evenly pushed in and out, as well as pivoted up and down correctly. So let's get that taken care of. Now, when we go to tighten these down, we're gonna have a 6mm Allen, but we just wanna make sure that everything's all leveled out and that it's pushed in. The way that I like to make sure that's leveled out is I'll go to the fender flare, and I can show you here on just a second. I like to leave just a tiny gap in between the fender flare and the top of the bumper so that it sits level and even. Now that we have everything all tightened down, just a few steps to wrap up. And if you're just doing the bumper without the skid or the exhaust, you're all finished up. Otherwise, you can check out our other install videos for that. But real quick, I'm gonna pop this rubber grommet in this hole right here. Then you can get your license plate on there. And then we're just gonna fix the fender liner behind the bumper. That is gonna be the completed Highline rear bumper install video. So now we have it on there, you have your extra clearance and more rigidity. Now, if you installed the lights, make sure you get those all wired up. That's just gonna be depending on how you wanna do it, but everything's already there for you. If you have any questions on this install at all, feel free to reach out or check out your local off-road location, and they'll make sure to get you all taken care of. Otherwise, if you're doing the exhaust and the skid plate install, follow along with our next videos and we'll show you how to install those. Otherwise, make sure you drop a like and hit the subscribe button.